Table saws are the undisputed workhorse of the woodworking shop, and today I'll be discussing the fundamentals of this amazingly versatile tool. Let's get started. I'm Rob Johnstone from Woodworker's Journal, and did you know that 97% of woodworkers own a table saw of some type? In fact, 25% of them own more than one. All table saws are built around a circular saw blade that protrudes through the tabletop and rotates towards the front of the saw. Almost all table saws have a fence of some sort to guide your cuts. They vary in type, but most modern saws have good quality fences. Any saw worth buying needs to have some sort of blade guard. Although woodworkers are notorious for not making use of them, that is to our detriment. Modern blade guards are so easy to remove and mount, there is no excuse for setting them aside. There's many different types of table saws, but the three main divisions are job site saws, small and easy to move around on our job site, hence the name. Contractor saws, originally used by contractors, also on location, but now common in home woodworking shops. And cabinet saws, which you may think are named because cabinet makers use them, but in this case, it's because they have a cabinet for their base. All of them have their strong points, and many folks consider them kind of a good, better, best continuum. The reason why they're so popular is because they are so good at what they do. First off, they rip lumber. Ripping is cutting a board to width with the grain. Next, they cross-cut accurately. Cross-cutting is cutting a piece of wood to length across the grain. And a modified version of cross-cutting, mitering, is another very common and useful operation that the table saw does well. But those primary cuts are just the beginning of what a table saw can do. For example, you can rip long miter cuts to form elegant edge joints. You can plow grooves and dados using special cutting blades called dado cutters. These cuts are used for all sorts of joinery. Another uncommon operation, also making use of the dado set, is forming a cove with the saw, using the Rockler cove cutting jig. A much more common jig-aided cut is the taper cut. So it's easy to see just how versatile and useful a table saw can be for a woodworker. As you just saw, jigs can add tremendously to the versatility of the tasks that you can do on the table saw. And the number of accessories that are available for the table saw is amazing. Those you made in your own home shop, or those available for purchase like these from Rockler. The last thing I want to emphasize with you is safety. I've already talked about the importance of using your blade guard. In the same way, push sticks to keep your fingers away from the blade, and feather boards, and anti-kickback pawls to prevent kickback when the wood is driven back with dangerous force. And when cross-cutting, a standoff block or a table saw sled to keep your workpiece from binding. Also important when it comes to safety is protecting your ears, your eyes, and your lungs. It almost goes without saying that this short video has just scratched the surface of what a table saw can do. There's whole books that go in depth on the topic, but I hope this examination of the fundamentals has been useful and perhaps entertaining. I'm Rob Johnstone from Woodworker's Journal. Thank you for watching.